In Act 3, we see that Iago's offenses with public order, theft, and minor violence are more serious. In Act 3, there is horrific behavior when it comes to harming others. This versatility when it comes to criminal behavior, in seeing all sorts of different offenses. There's theft, there's public order offenses, there's minor violence, there's serious violence. This versatility is characteristic of someone who is a psychopath. The Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders defines this as antisocial personality disorder. It is described as a pervasive pattern of disregard for and the violation of the rights of others. This is a personality disorder, which means it's about your whole personality, who you are, the way you act, the way you feel, the way you think. It is about your relationships with other people, and that it is antisocial, in that it is against other people. In antisocial personality disorder, you're constantly at war with other people and your surroundings generally. So you see other people as your enemy, and you see yourself as someone who has to form alliances and break alliances and conquer territory. You can either be victorious or meet defeat. And your whole life is basically a fight. Psychopathy is a chilling condition. People who are psychopaths are devoid of mental, emotional, and spiritual components that compromises their humanity. And it is highly likely someone with this mental disorder will end up in prison. Looking into this mental disorder, we see that Iago shares so many of the antisocial personality traits. These include deceitfulness, lying, and manipulation. In Act 3, we see an absolute masterpiece of these antisocial personality traits. How Iago is able to take Othello from exclaiming, "I love thee," to Desdemona, and "I will deny thee nothing," to just minutes later, "I'll tear her all to pieces and damn her." It is truly remarkable, the cunning he uses. It is like psychopaths play chess with people. It is a game, but checkmate truly destroys a person. Another characteristic of a psychopath that I think the play shows very well is that psychopaths tend to be very calm and collected under pressure. A term that psychologists call resilience to chaos. This is exactly what is going on with Iago in Act 3. Resilience to chaos means that psychopaths thrive in situations that other people would typically find highly stressful. This for them, however, is highly stimulating. They need the adrenaline rush. They are high sensation seekers. Another psychopathic trait in Iago is that he lacks empathy and has no remorse. He's made Othello believe that he's been betrayed by Desdemona. This, in essence, has been a collapse of a dream. He trusted her. He's had a representation of the past. He's had a representation of himself. He's had a representation of the relationship. And he's had a representation of the future. But now that he's been betrayed, it's like poof. And Othello speaks of this as all my fond love, thus do I blow to heaven, 'tis gone. And what does Iago think of this tremendous suffering that he's caused? Well, he leans into it and he relishes it. Upon seeing Othello in this absolutely crazed state, he says, "Look where he comes. Not poppy, nor mandragora, nor all the drowsy syrups of the world shall ever medicine thee to that sweet sleep which thou owest yesterday." Another interesting aspect about psychopathy is that on top of all of this horror is a charming demeanor. And it is no wonder that a fair number of professionals prefer to avoid treating antisocial personality disorder because of the personal risk and risk to the people at the facility. Could you imagine providing treatment to Iago? Yes, these people are incredibly hard to treat. And what makes it so extremely difficult is that someone with antisocial personality disorder, when they have harmed another person, they just don't feel remorse and they tend to blame the victim or imply that the victim deserved what was done. I think the play does an excellent job also with showing another reality of the psychopath. And that is that they don't have an evil appearance or any evil feel about them. They come across as being extremely easy to like. Cassio speaks of him, "I never knew a Florentine more kind and honest." And Othello speaks to him, "For I know thou art full of love and honesty." I think the play does an excellent job showing the pain and the suffering and destruction that a psychopath is capable of. I think the play does an excellent job with showing the huge variety of deplorable characteristics that a psychopath has. It is a fascinating mental illness and a fascinating play. Iago is an extreme characterization of a psychopath. The play shows us the reckless view of the world and the people in it that a psychopath has. And that with a psychopath, they don't seem to mind choosing what is wrong. Some people might say this is a play about evil. Another word that describes this is psychopath.